Hey, Adam. If you can see me and it's okay, let me know. This is kind of a test. I'm trying to see if this is working. Looking good. Okay, cool. Yay. Um, we can thank the mayor for this. We spent 2 hours on the phone on his personal time. I owe him on big time. Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Shipton High. Yeah, good deal. All right. Cool. Glad, Adam. Yes, I did. Working good. All right, Dave. I just texted you to let you know I was going live. No, thank you, buddy. And let me know how much I owe you for that adapter. By the way, I forgot to ask you that while I was talking on the Discord because I could barely hear. That's why I was holding the phone up. In fact, I had to put it on the charger. Um, hey, Robert. Hey, thank you for joining in, man. Good to see you earlier tonight for a little bit. Now that I've got the Discord thing and the invite, now whenever you guys say you're going to Discord, I can just hit the little button and go right to it. Thanks again, once again, to the mayor. He sent me the link. Cool. Hey, all right. Southern Slot Car Racing. Thank you, guys. 7 of us. Well, see, I wasn't even going to go live tonight. I actually had plans on just having Dan, because he normally goes live on Monday nights. I was going to have Dan up, and then I was just going to practice on the track in the background. But I didn't see that he was going live. And so, kind of like I mentioned earlier on the Discord, I decided that I was going to play around with the track. So basically, um, yeah, that's what it is. I'd missed everybody. Yes, there it is. Yeah, Richie. All right. Thank you for showing up, my friend. I was missing getting not to talk to everybody on Saturday night. I had to help a friend move, so that's my bad on me. But then so I was looking forward to Monday night. And then no Dan. And I was like, well, you know what? Let's just throw out something out there, and I want to play with my new track anyway. And then so I've had 3 different people race on the track as an update besides myself. So my best friend since high school came over and we played around with it for a little while. We weren't racing. We were just, like I said, it's been 4 years since I've had my track running. So we literally just, got out our cars again and started trying to get used to the controllers and all that stuff. And then another buddy of mine and his girlfriend came over. And here's the funny story. Here, I'm going to try to get that light out of your guys' eyes. That's better. Sorry about that. Here, I'll move over too. Long story short, he hops on the track after I show it to him, and he's zipping around, and he can't even make it one lap, and he's wrecking. And so finally he gives up, and he goes, hey sweetie, would you like to give it a try? And she goes, sure. And she jumps at the chance. She grabs the controller out of his hand and she starts going around. She made 3 laps around the track at a decent speed and didn't wreck one time. So I told him, I was like, maybe there's a clue in there somewhere, buddy. So and that was, honestly, guys, that was the first time she'd ever seen a slot car track, the first time she'd ever seen a slot car. She didn't know what they were. And when she saw them going around the track, she thought it was cool. She thought it was fun, and they thought it was fast. So I got to see a female's reaction in her mid-30s to what we enjoy all the time. And ironically, since I've crossed over the 540 some odd threshold, somewhere along the way, almost 10% of my viewers now are female. So if there are any females out there that are watching, thank you. I appreciate that. It expands everybody. Fix me up with her mom. Hey, Rich. Oh, while everybody's here, Rich got the video up on his channel. So go subscribe if you haven't already to Rich's Slot Car Room right there. He's in the chat. And take a look at his collection, guys. It's incredible. He's got a lot of cars. No, I'm not making that up. That's honest to God, Scouts Honor Truth. And if we get to race Saturday night, she's going to come back. So we'll actually have either 4 or 5 people here. So we'll actually have to rotate, and she wants to race with us. See, yeah, there you go, Mark. No, I've seen your girls racing. Yeah. Oh, cool. Thank you. Yeah, no, guys, like I said, Rich is, he made, I'm very envious of that homemade display cabinet you made, man. That's awesome. I love that craftsmanship. I really, I learned some valuable lessons about my table that I'll share on Saturday night, when normal people or, when normally people think I'm going to be on. Rich's slot car room, Adam. And then slot cars together. So Rich's with an apostrophe S and then slot car together and then room after that. And he's like I said, he's got an awesome collection. He started up his channel. So, kind of like what Dan tried to help you with, try to get you up over that 50. Let's try to, anybody that's watching this now or later that watches my channel or watches Dan's channel or anybody, please, anybody that takes the time to make videos, anybody, trust me, it is time consuming and it takes effort. And there's only one reason why you do this if you're not getting paid, and that's if you love to do it and you love the hobby and you love the people that are a part of it. So I always encourage everybody, support everybody that takes the time to make a video, because even if you just watch it and give it a simple thumbs up for 30 seconds, you don't know how much that helps their channel, and YouTube will throw the algorithm out there. Oh no, Adam, no, buddy. That's what I'm saying. I try to support everybody's channel when I can. And like I mentioned in my last little video with look what Scott's got, thanks to Dave, which is here tonight. Thank you again, Dave. Here, in fact, I got the car right here. So I'll show it off again. Dave was kind enough to send me this car. It's a custom Shaky Dave's Daytona. I'm guessing done on off of a chrome chassis based on the wing in the back there and how he did the stripe. Good work, man. Like it. Good stuff. Yeah. And so he was asking if I've run it on the track yet. And so once I get the camera flipped around, then I will. But one more thing I wanted to do before we got going, now that it's actually working. I did go to, if you go to Hobby Lobby anytime. Hey, Gene, sorry I missed you, man. I'm trying to keep up. I would, anytime you go to a Hobby Lobby, you can't. I mean, the only reason why I go to Hobby Lobby is to see what they have back there, to see if there's anything that I want. And as always, they have at least one card that you always want normally. And so anyway, whenever I got there on this last Saturday before I had to help my buddy move, I swung by the Hobby Lobby on the way to his place, and I'll get out the bag and show you the nice room decor. Yeah, I see a lot of people shopping for shit that I don't even look at when I'm zipping right back to the back of the store. I know exactly what aisle. I know exactly how to get there depending on which way I have to go. All right. So let me get the bag out. Like I said, these aren't anything spectacular or crazy. Oh, now see, I kid, Gail. But I did stop on my way back because I had to divert to one of my aisles to get to the cash register, and they had a bunch of cool Hot Wheels stuff that looked really cool. And then right next to it was a neon Mustang that lit up, and temptation, it was there. Trust me, guys. Yeah, it was good stuff. And I got to thinking, I was like, and I'm not bragging. This is just I'm just stating a fact, and that it's just that I don't have room. I know this sounds crazy, but when I added the other 4 cases to the 12 that I already had up in the other place, I literally now don't have room to put up all of my carded cars on the wall. So I don't have any more room to even put up what I have, let alone buy another sign or anything else. And yet I still go to the Hobby Lobby and I still buy more. So if you saw the Look What Scott's Got PTT Dave edition, I got some of those Blazers because we're going to put some of those Hardin Creek Super 7 chassis underneath them. And so I got one of the little Hummers there. There, I got kind of the glare out of the way for you. It's pretty cool. It's kind of top heavy and it'll roll over good. So I figured, I honestly didn't count on another, a 5th person to show up to want to race. So now I've kind of had to expand. So I figured I'd do the Blazers and the Hummers, and they had both of them. So I got the second one too. There it is. The camouflage. Who's Scott? Yeah, sometimes I wonder that too, Rich. So I got both of the Hummers. I got two Tyco Hummers. Yeah, I got one. I got one carded one. I got one red one, I think, and then I got some of their Jurassic Park stuff that they did. And then, as you guys know, the pit kits that they have. I'm a Mustang guy. I'm not a real big Thunderjet guy, but I do like the pit kits. So I got my obligatory Mustang pit kit, the deluxe pit kit to do. I'm not going to open it and build it. It's just one of those ones I'm going to hang on my wall. If you saw my other one of my other videos of the walk around the room, you saw that I had several of those already hung up, and that was before they decided to re-release them, which just makes mine more valuable, which is cool. And then the last one that I got, which I thought was pretty cool, was I got the Ecto Cadillac 4-gear, and I thought that's pretty cool. Like I said, so those are my four slot car purchases, and then I did buy something else. I got me some brushes, so yeah. So they got me for something besides slot cars. See the new Bel Air Heat. Yes. Oh no, I did. In fact, I was the first one that commented on the video. Sweet cars. I missed his live stream, and I noticed that no one was there when they did the video live. Yeah, Ghostbusters, exactly. Make a haunted hearse. Yeah, see, actually, here, just a second. Oh, I'm loving this being able to be live here. So what gave me the idea because I thought about buying another one was here. Are those going to come out? Okay. There they are. Oop, move it that way. See the pink and the blue? Those are part of the Carfiti, and those were the originals that they came out with before they did the Ghostbusters. So that's the same mold. They just added the little light on the top. Cool. You guys want me to try to give you the least shaky view I can of my track before I flip the camera and hang the laptop? Because the way it's going to sit, you're going to be able to see the TV and my times and parts of the track, but with my border, it's going to be hard to see the low parts. Let it rip. Okay, well here, I'm going to move it. I'm sorry if it's really jerky or whatever, but I'll just give you. Okay, so I got 2 of the 3 driver stations done. And everything's wired except for the call buttons and that said third driver station. But the bulk of the wiring is done. So there's a little picture of my work that I did on the stations. And then so I built those driver stations, obviously, myself. And then those are the red call buttons. And I ordered the plastic and cut the plastic. A buddy of mine, Tate, one of my lifelong, like I said, elementary school friends, he helped me cut a couple of the last pieces. So what's unique about my table there is those things will actually fold down and get out of the way. So if you're not racing, you can fold them down because I've got them with deadbolts on either side. Those swing, what do they call those? I think they call them lock bolts. Anyway, got lock bolts underneath them. So all you got to do is swing them back, swing it down. And I just haven't hooked up the thing. Only the mayor can have a pink lane. Yeah, no, I went with the traditional colors, red, white, blue, and yellow, like Oprah. And so here I'm going to try to, there we go. Okay, so this corner right here is banked at 55 degrees, according to the old degree wheel. And the reason why I banked this one, the steepest out of all the bank corners, is because that is the fastest bank corner on the whole track if you can hold it wide open, because the next bank corner that you come to is only a half bank, and you can't take it wide open no matter what lane you're in. And that's that corner right there, which I can't see, but I'm hoping you guys can. And so then you swing around underneath the bridge and you come around another flat corner right there, which you can see I have to do some work. Come underneath, back around. And this little corner right here is the one we call Dead Man's Corner, because that's a 6 and a 3 turn. So the guy in the yellow lane really has to watch his P's and Q's. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, no. I originally had the big Cobra. Oh, there we go. We originally had the big Cobra Shelby, and then this window's twice as big as the other place, so I got the little one. So I got the big Cobra, little Cobra. 9 and 6. Maybe. Okay, yeah, that's possible too. I don't know. I got it anchored down, Mayor. I'd have to pull it off to see, but you could be right. 9 and 6 or 3 and 6. It's either one or the other. One of the way. Either way, it's still a bitch of a corner. And then there's the lighted bridge, and then you can see the one across over there. It's not lit up, but that's only because I got the infrared option on it. Oh, that U-turn piece. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was actually going to do until I actually saw, believe it or not, Troy at Slot Car Crazy. His track originally had, if you remember, if you don't remember, if you go back and look at some of his old videos, he had a hairpin on it. And oh yeah, no, trust me, I've got the barriers like what I have up here on the hill, right there. Those are from Viper. And then I just added the AFX thing on the back side of it, and I left a gap so no one can use it as a rail to run on the outside. If you notice, there's no guardrails on it, but I am going to keep it to where cars can't fly off the track, because we did find that out real quick. This corner coming down off the hill. Where's that? Oh, trying to see in the camera and move at the same time. This one that comes off the hill right here, that one's almost as bad as the one over there. Yeah, that sucked. No U-turns. Yeah, no. I saw how bad it kept hanging up the cars, and not every car could make it around. I was like, nah, that don't look like no fun. Need a garage door for them to hit. Footage, Scott. Oh, okay. Well, no, yeah. Here, I'm gonna. This laptop flips around, so let me see what happens here. Hey, it worked. All right. I didn't lose anybody, did I? I still see everybody. Okay. Hey, Ed. All right. Now here, I'm going to try to put you guys where I had it before whenever I was doing a test run. There you go. You guys can see a good chunk of the track, can't you? Oh, yeah? Is that good? Okay. Cool. All right. So, see what happens? Everything's all good. Hey, thanks, Gene. I was going to say, I thought that angle, believe it or not, I've got it. The laptop flips over completely because you can use it like a iPad or whatever. And so I stuck it on the other screens for work and angled it down. It happened to work out. Yeah, you can't really make out my times, but he meant left. Cool. Thank you, guys. No, I appreciate it. Now, I know it's not the most intricate track. I know there's not a lot of what people would think would be, challenging corners or whatnot. But my goal is for fun, and nobody has fun when their car's flying off the track all the time. So That's why I went with so many bank corners. But I split it up. If you kind of see, half the track has almost exactly the same amount of banked and flat corners as the other half. So, all right. This is the first car I'll be running. This is one of the ones that we race. It's a Mega G Plus. It's got all the stuff basically that David, that your cars has. And this is what I can. This isn't my fastest car, but this is one that if the other guys are having a bad night or whatever, this is one that I'll pull out and run just because, like I said, I race to have fun. I don't race to dominate or crush people, because sometimes even when I'm trying, I lose. But there are nights, we all have them. Sometimes you just can't get it together, and you're always flying off the track. So anyway, this is the one I use for that when people are having a bad night, and I don't want to crush people. So. I don't know if it's picking up on the audio, how quiet this car is, but compared to the newer models that are coming out, this is I haven't hit it wide open yet. I'm just running some laps. The buddy of mine that came over the other night, he brought his Mustang that he bought. He bought the red one and the orange one. And you know what's funny is, guys, the orange one, the first time we put it on the track, the can motor's dead. So he's already having to warranty it. Didn't even spin a tire. And this one sounds like it's chewing corn with the gears. Need to use a white car. Okay, so that's why I got out the stock cars. So yeah, this thing's even hard to see whenever you're here in person, just because it's that dark blue. We'll get out an old stocker. This is the old Ford Fusion EcoBoost. And the only thing that's on this bad boy, as you can see here, is completely factory. It's got factory magnets. The only thing that I put on it is tires. It's one of those ones when you pulled it out of the package, it was so slow that it wasn't going to be competitive. And yeah, you can see it on marks. Yeah. No, that's true. No, that's the one benefit of having one of those routed tracks is you're not limited to lighter colored cars to be able to see them going fast. So, I got that same guy that owns this Mustang has one of those black and blue Amjet Mega G Plus cars, and he doesn't even race it because he can't see it. But anyway, so this one's bone stock except for tires, and it's what I call a track cleaner car. But at least it's white, and you should be able to see it. I'm painting GFRP. Yeah, the white cars don't show well. Well, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul, Mark. Come on now, there's no free puppy in the window. All right. And anybody that's watching this now or later that doesn't already know, this is the easiest way to clean your tires there is. Go buy you some cheap lint rollers at the Dollar General or Walmart or wherever you want to get them, wherever they're the cheapest, because all you're going to do is just clean your tires. You can see right there. And then when they start pulling like that, it's clean. Real simple. Learned that from Troy, yep. Hey, Zims. Hey, thanks for stopping in. All right. So tires are clean. We know what kind of car I'm running. It's a stock Mega G Plus, a slow one in my book with tires. It's a Ford. But hey, it hopped right over into the red lane. Now you can see it. Okay, cool. That's why I was getting ready to watch the blur. Yeah. give it to the Ford, if it's going to hop a lane, if it's going to come out of the track, at least it goes right into another slot. Regrettably, it's not the one it came out of, but hey. Thick plastic tape. Yep. No, I've seen people do that too. I like these things just because I can get them for like $2 for $2 or $1 or something like that at Dollar General. Oh, and someone asked me, and I was trying to describe, someone had asked Dan what he used to clean his rails. And now that I got my track running, I can tell you what I use, and that's one of these little spongy sandpaper pads. See this? I mean, it's really spongy. And this is, look at that. It doesn't even scratch your skin. That's how little this thing does. And so I use this thing first. And then I get me a microfiber towel and hose it down with some WD-40. And lube my track and lube the rails. And then I take as many microfiber cloths as it takes to try to get all that WD-40 off the track. And that does two things for you. It conditions the plastic because it's a petroleum. It'll kind of sink in, and it also conditions your rails so they won't rust up as much as often, so you don't have to do this as often. Very fine one. Yep. That's where's it at? These are the ones I got right here. I think Hobby Lobby, I believe. Yep. Right down the slot car aisle. I looked at those and I was like, hey, perfect. So there we go. So there's my routine. So I lightly sand all the rails first. And believe it or not, guys, you can see the difference from the first time of wiping this thing. Your rails will start shining up. And then I use the WD-40 to kind of cure and prep everything, and then wipe it off. Get her done. All right. So I'm going to change lanes. I'm going to go, that was the blue lane. I'm going to go to the white lane. Oh, that was nice. Didn't even make it a corner. Two corner. Let's see what happened. So if any of you guys, well, that's the perfect time for me to say something. If you've never mounted your track before, I'm going to give a couple of tips on something that I found out. And that is that, oh, here, I'll block that. One of them is don't mount your track down until it's all connected. And the second part of that is make sure that it runs so that all your tabs are connected and everything else. And then start securing it down. I got the cart ahead of the horse in a couple of places, and I regretted it because now that's what took a little while to do some tweaking, because I literally had to go back and undo what I did just to fix some stuff that I should have had fixed before I even put it down. So there's one of the best tips I can give you if you're going to mount your track is make sure it's all running and every lane's got full power before attaching it to the board or however you're going to do it. Oh, that's why. I don't know if you guys can hear the thing, but yeah, it was telling me I was setting some laps. Rich, I did one even better than that. I actually went out and bought a countersink for my drill press. So every single one piece of those tracks, except for the bank corners, I literally had on my drill press, and I'd do the. Yeah, thank you, Gail. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it, man. No, trust me, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I've had a YouTube channel for a little over a year. Made a lot of new friends, and I'm yet to do the one thing that my channel's named, and that is race. So I'm bound and determined that we're going to see some racing. And I recommend the countersink tool over heating it up. And the reason why I say that is because if you get it too hot and you press too hard, because a friend of mine tried it, and your screw's going to go right through. And with the benefit of doing it with a drill press is once you've got your limiter set and you know your depth for the head of your screw to go flush or a little below is what my goal was from the head of the screw from the surface of the track. Then it's just a matter of and slide the track over and grab another piece. And I felt like a little assembly line worker. All right, man. Nope, I'm working on it. I'm as soon as I get the third driver station up and the call buttons and the like I was talking to him on the Discord, my lanes don't match up with exactly what lane that I'm running in, so I've got some more tweaking to do. But regardless, the track in the next 2 weeks, I'm literally it's going to be open for business. So you're going to have to shoot me an email or some way where I can get you an address so you can get up here. See, now, Mark, you've had yours longer than I've had mine. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier about promoting Rich's slot car room, here's another channel. I just thought of it. Sorry. Skillet Fried Slot Cars. Check it out. He's got a SummerSlam drag racing thing going on right now. He has, I think, less than 50 subscribers. He could really use some support. Check out his channel. It is great stuff. If you love HO slot car drag racing, he's got a track that he's built. It's got a timer. People have sent him cars. They're having a contest. It's good stuff. Type it out. I can't type because it's on the other side of my laptop. I'm sorry, Rick. It's called Skillet Fried Slot Cars. Like a cooking skillet fried slot cars. Yeah. Skillet Fried Slot Cars. There it is. Yeah. There it is, Gail. Thank you, sir. And I you know, like I said, I have my TV on in the background when I'm working, and I have it on really, really low. So I've been able to catch some of Brian's Pro Tinker stuff, but then I've been catching up on YouTube stuff in the background. And he's been doing those races, and there's just tons of drag racing on there, guys. His videos are anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes long. He's got some humor in there with some stop action, which is really good. You know, I like I said, he's putting a lot of time and effort into his channel, probably a lot more as far as the video stuff goes than I do. And I'm not embarrassed to say that, you know, because I can appreciate when people put in time and effort on those videos. And so I honestly, it hurts my heart to see that he's got such a low subscriber count. And I know that he would appreciate it if we could, you know, if any help he could get, you know. So even if you don't like drag racing, if you just want to try to help support the slot car community, Skillet Fried Slot Cars, and tell him Scott sent you, you know, if you want to or whatever. And, you know, like I said, you know, anybody that we can help, that's my goal, you know. Oh, cool. Thanks, Rich. That sub looks great. Yeah, see, guys? All right, see? Yeah. So, yeah, if you comment on his video, let him know. Say, hey, you know, Scott over at Scott's House of HO told us to check you out and tell him to keep up the good work, guys. I mean, he's been doing these videos for a little while, and I've just brain faded with everything that's been going on the track and everything else. So, or I would have mentioned it sooner. But like I said, anything that I can do to help the hobby go forward or help someone that's willing to put the time in and the effort to help promote the hobby, then I'm going to do it. It's just the old pay it forward thing, good karma, do unto others. Oh, hey, thank you, Rich. Thanks, Mark. I'm in Missouri or Misery, however you want to pronounce it. And so, yeah. So back to Zims. I'm sorry, Zims Aquatic. You're close, man. So you got to get a hold of me. Misery. Yeah, no, trust me. My asshole governor, and I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but he won't accept federal aid for low income children to have free school lunches. Just throwing that out there. Asshole. Is Octagon Oregon maybe, Zim? Miss you. Yeah. We miss a lot of intelligence. I mean, come on now. We've all seen my wonderful Senator Josh Hawley running through the halls of justice. So yeah. Oregon. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Yeah. Run, Forrest, run. But anyway. So yeah, definitely. If you guys like this view, then this is probably the view that we're going to have whenever I do the racing live. Now, I know just from what I can see that the ceiling light is blocking out the times, but Indiana. There's a lot of racing in Indiana. Yeah, that light is killing it. Yep. And here, see here, if I turn it off, then yeah, it doesn't help it at all. I tried that earlier, Mark. Yeah, it's too bright. Yeah, see, at least with it on, at least it shows some color. With the camera, with the light off, it just completely whites it out. Yeah, that's too dark. Yeah, I'll try to figure out some lighting to make it a little better. But my main thing is trying to get most of the track in. Lights behind camera. Say, I was thinking about trying to get my selfie ring or whatever it is, and trying to do that to light it up. But I also got whenever I was doing. Thanks again, Mark, for telling everybody about the sale on Amazon about the GT40s and stuff. Because while I was on there, I also got me another 300 feet of LED lights. So that should help. Yeah, see there? Great minds think alike, Mark. That's awesome. Yes. And at my old place, if you remember the old video, that was only 100 feet. So now I have 300 feet to light up this room. And so, yeah, once I get this stuff up, then I think I'll be able to turn that thing off. That's the goal. We'll see. Hey, I'm just happy that we got a picture and I'm able to communicate. I got to take baby steps. Up here, I'll move in front of it. That's killing everything. Yeah, you guys can. I'm having to, when I'm blocking it, I'm looking in. Yeah, that's what those are, LED. That's why those things are so light. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I appreciate that, Gail Force. Yeah, if you guys could. Yeah, I got 13 people, 13 thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. And then, yeah. Oh, hey, exciting news for my channel. I'm going to be able to join the land of Dan with Slot Valley Racing. I've actually contracted an artist on Fiverr to create a logo for me. so that I can have shirts and hats and stuff like that made. I noticed that too, Rich. But he has been putting up shorts, so I know he's still alive. And yeah. So as soon as I get some of that artwork, I'm supposed to have it within 48 hours. I just sent off the money tonight before I got online, and so whenever I get the whenever I approve of the one that I want as my logo, then I'll share it with everybody because I think that'll be pretty cool. But I went with I didn't go with the serious minimalistic was what they call Dan's advertising thing. I went with the caricature, so it'll be like a little thing of me. 3 Richards, yeah. No, see, Rich, that's why I was saying in one of my videos, I got like 2 or 3 Richards, and I got, yeah, sometimes my poor little one brain cell gets overloaded sometimes. 2 marks. Hey, Jack, all right, thank you for stopping in, buddy. Got 15 people on a Monday night, just impromptu I just wanted to practice on my track and see if the camera worked after Mark spent all of his precious time with me, and I appreciate that so much, dude, because obviously it's working. So do you guys want me to keep running some laps? Because my goal is do it. Okay, yeah, I will. One more little quick story. I haven't got to talk to you guys in a couple of weeks, so I'm like an old friend. Whatever you want to share your channel, break it in right, yeah. So the one thing that as a new track owner, and Gale Force, you can relate to this, is you want to be, if it's your track, you want to own the track record. Am I right? Anybody out there that owns their own track, you want to own your own track record. Magnasonic and let it rip. Oh, here we go. No. The reason why I say that is because Saturday night when my buddy came over, the one that owns this little car right here, he got out his that's his cars and stuff right there with that controller in that little box. He got out his it's 69 feet, 1 lane, or 2 lanes. So I've got like a little over 130, or a little over 130 some odd feet for all 4. Home court advantage. So it's not an official track record. I guess it is per se, but the first night that we were out here playing, I didn't even break out my race car. This is, like I said, this is one of my race cars. And he had his actual one that he races with. And so he set a record of 4.215. And if you remember watching one of my videos back where I was bitching about the friend that just completely was destroying a car when he came over. Y'all see, yeah. This is the car that I was letting him race, the Flow Racing. And if you remember in some of my Look What Scott's Got, I also said I bought replacement bodies because he had destroyed it and broke the wing so bad that I couldn't even glue it back on. Well, this car has it's got a Hardin Creek rear end. It's got super tires. It's got level 42 magnets. It's got a Razor front end. This thing runs pretty good, but it's not as fast as my racers. See, look, they're both can motors, and it just makes no sense. So, like I said, this one is slower than this one. But I did manage to get this one down to a 4.218. I was like 300ths or 3,000ths off. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I like to set the records when they're here. But I also haven't had a chance to play on it. My friends and everybody that came over got to play on the track more than I did because I was doing track marshaling. So that's why I wanted to play on it tonight and play around with the lanes. And I thought, well, what better way to start playing than to try to whip out your racer and try to be the first person that broke into the 3s on your own track. But you guys can't see that car. Whatever Farms 65. Exactly. Yeah. See, I like to, I call it, being a good host. You're being a good mayor. It's the same, tomato is the same thing. Like when my buddy and his girlfriend were racing, I was standing over there while they were over here, and I was basically corner marshaling. That's all I was doing. And then, hey, Sean. Oh, man, like I said, 2 weeks, and I'm trying to get everything in. So one more thing, and then I'll run a couple more laps. So Chris Larkin, the gentleman that won the 500 subscriber Mega G Plus F1 car, he has a Facebook Marketplace page, and he does custom resin molds for a lot of T-Jet cars. A lot of the people, the steering wheels, just a lot of the bumpers and stuff like that. So if you're into the T-Jets, search on, Facebook Marketplace for Chris Larkin, the guy that won the drawing, and he'll hook you up. So I can get some practice on an Indy car and not the F1, or Indy F1 type car and not the stock car. I'm going to break out the track, I guess the house car for someone that comes over that has some knowledge of racing, because I just really don't like seeing these things just get destroyed. I've got destroyer cars, but if they want to race with us, you got to give them something that's kind of close. So. Out ahead and see, Mark, that was one of the things I was going to ask him about. As a matter of fact, I was going to ask him if he could do molds for Tycos. So I'm going to reach out to him about that. Oh yeah, speaking of drinks, man, yeah, I got my due right here. All right, so I'm going to go back to the White Lane. I'm going to clean the tires off on the old House Runner Flow Racing here. Yep, Tyco. Yep. And so if you're needing a driver's head too, Mark, I'm going to email him back and ask him about that. Oh, yeah. Little SCCA racer. Not running very smooth. I think he does, Rich. But I just thought to help somebody out that was, him and his wife do it, just to try to help them out. Oh yeah, this is one of the slow babies. That's why I'm cleaning his tires up. I want to try to beat at least what I did the other night. Well, good gosh. There she went. I was trying to get brave. That's why I need the borders up. Cool. Glad to hear that. No, I haven't. We worked on it that night. I haven't added anything. I haven't touched anything. In fact, I ran the speed test before I went live just to make sure. Oh, I'm very happy, my man. Like I said, otherwise I wouldn't have 12 people watching me right now. Everyone would have left me because even I can't stand to watch that. So could you guys actually see this car going around here? Hey, thanks, Rich. Run the Daytona. Okay. There it is. So I'm going to run Dave's Daytona that he was kind enough to send me, the customized one. It's on a Bulldog chassis. Woo, yeah, she's a runner. She's going to need some magnets. Yeah. Trust me, I'm going to Harbor Freight to get me one of the grabbers. Don't wreck it, yeah. Ed, I honestly, you're seeing the most I've got to race on my track since I got it running, other than that little video that one night when I got the one lane running, because I had friends over and they got to run it more than I did because I was doing corner marshaling. So that's why I wanted to go live to show off the track for one, and then try to get some lap times, get some practice on my track. I know it sounds crazy, guys. But it was almost as much fun watching other people have fun on my track as I had racing on it, or just, what little time I had on it. It was kind of neat. Magnet, but this is the same. Okay. Yep. That's his work, Mayor. That's a smooth car. I just need some different magnets on it for sure. And I don't like taking that corner. I'm afraid I don't want it to fly off and hit the floor. Because that's where my buddy's car, the Mustang, kept flying off. Yeah, I'm definitely going to. Yeah. That's what I didn't want to do. This thing's a screamer. Yeah, buddy. Put some traction magnets in this bad boy. I'm just so afraid of breaking that little itty bitty wing. Here, let me move in front. Yeah, see? Motor's hot. Great looking car, man. Thank you again. Runner, it's a runner too. Traction magnets, yes. No, trust me. It looks like to me those are the same size as the Mega G Plus and the Mega Gs. So I think I can just swap some of those out. This is my first Bulldog chassis, so I don't know. Does anybody else out there that has one of these Bulldog chassis? Do you know if you can use the Mega G Plus and the Mega G traction magnets, the neodymium or whatever they are? They have magnets for that. Okay, cool. Because I'm ordering 6 more of his Super 7s because the guys are wanting to buy some and stuff. So yeah, I'll just order some of those. Yeah. Screamer. Oh, those aren't all mine, Rich. Those are for the people that race here. So there's 4 other people getting those, and then 2 of them are mine. The other 4 for the other people. Yeah. No, trust me. Don't work on Jag, but not sure about Bulldog. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mark. Hey, I may have to try that. I'll just pop this open real quick and take a look. Oh, well, I don't want to tear it all apart. It's got a magnet holder like the old turbos did back there in the back. See, so you'd have to pry that off to get to them. I'll do that at a later date. But those almost look identical. I mean, if the camera's going to show it. Yeah, see those? Take us to the workbench. Yeah. I'm standing in front of the workbench right now. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I think they will too, Mark. I've got some level 52s that I'm going to put in this bad boy. And that way I can try to get some speed on those corners. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Sean. See, that's why I love this channel. And the mayor can back me up on this. I was telling him that me starting this channel was one of the best things I ever did in my life, because I got to meet some of the best people that you'd ever want to know in your life. And this is it right here. People helping each other with no worries, no, hey, I'll tell you if you pay me some money. Or no, it's just helping people out. That's why I love this hobby. I love the people in it. So thank you, guys. Yeah, see, I've got one Jag. I've got 2 DR1 drag chassis for the 4 gear, but those are the only Jag hobby chassis that I have. Mopar walk around Monday. Indeed, yes, sir. Yep. I'm not sure what you meant there, Mark. All I know is this thing's running and I like it. Thank you. So I was in the yellow lane, just in case you guys were wondering, which is theoretically my slowest lane because of that 6 and 9. Thank you, Mark. What I call my dead man's curve, because it's literally a 90-degree. So you really do have to slow down if you're on okay, the Jag I have is on an NC. Okay, gotcha. Okay, now I understand. And so it's by far the slowest lane on the track because of that one corner. No, thank you, Dave. Appreciate you joining in tonight, man. Have a good night. Get to feeling better, buddy. Rich. Yeah, see, I wanted to have another one right here, but I had to go with I believe that is a 9 and a 12 right there. I had to go one size up. Yeah, he did excellent work, guys. Here, I'll get this up here one more time. See, it's a chrome car, and he actually painted on the stripe everywhere. He added the gumball numbers, and then put it on a Bulldog chassis. And that thing's a runner. It puts some magnets on this bad boy, and this thing will be fun. Okay, cool. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, good stuff. So, like I said, I was in the yellow lane there. And if you guys want to see me run some more laps, then I'm going to break out the old house car again, since this way you guys can see it. I don't think I've got. This is probably the only one you're really going to be able to see. The others are like yellow and stuff, but this is more white. Oh, chrome paint. Oh, wow. Did you hear that, guys? Yeah, we call him the mayor. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for helping me out there, Mark. That's funny that someone pointed that out, that we had like 3 Riches. We had at least 2 Marks. So it's consistent. It's consistently slow compared to my other car. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So as an example, this one's about 3 to 4 tenths slower than my racer. You know what? I'm gonna. Okay, so we've all had slot cars that we wish at some point in time we would have never gotten rid of, or we would have never raced because we broke them. I'm going to show you one of those right now, and then I can explain why. Okay, so this is the Hornet. It's missing its front wing. This is the fastest car. This is the one that I race when I'm serious that I want to win that night. This is the one I break out. Level 42 magnets, and then everything else hopped up on it. And then, long story short, what makes this one so rare is this came in the Infiniti. In case you didn't know, the Infiniti Raceway, and this is the one when they lost the Shell sponsorship. So there should be a Shell emblem right here. And just to show you what the car is supposed to look like, undamaged, there you go. So this is the one when they lost the Shell license. This is one of your last ones. And then this is the ones that they had when they still had the Shell on there. So get to see me play with my track and learn a little bit about the car. So I wish I would have never raced this one and broke it, because I've really kind of killed the value of it, because it is a collector, because it's rarer than this one. So this is whenever I tell the boys I'm breaking out the Hornet, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Hornet. Let's see. And believe it or not, I've already had to replace the chassis once, and this is just the fastest chassis that I had. And since this was always my fastest car, I put it underneath this one, because the original chassis that was underneath it, the can motor already burned up and died, and it's sitting in there. So I bought one of those 2-packs and then found the best one out of it and put it together. Okay, well, I'll stop right there because I don't want to do what the mayor just said. So I got to run exactly 2 laps with my car. And daily driver, yes, Rich, that's it right there. 2 laps, and I just got through telling you that the lap record was 4:15. In 2 laps with this car, I ran a 4:07. So I've already set my track record again in 2 laps with this car. So there's no doubt that if I kept running this car right now, that I could get this into the 3-second zone. So I'm going to stop right there and wait till the friends come over. That way we can actually have a real race to who gets to break into the 3-second zone and have us all on the track at the same time. So, yeah. Hey, Mark, have a good night, buddy. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work. So now you know why I can say this one's my fastest car, because I didn't even do that with this car earlier whenever I was just playing around. The fastest I got with it was 4:30, just playing around. So that's how much faster in a variance that these little can motors can be. These 2 cars are identically hopped up, and this one is a full half second slower than this one on the same track, same driver. And it's not because I drive this one different than this one. I push them as hard as I can. It's just this one's that much slower because of the motor. Thank you, Mark. Glad to be back, buddy. I'm going to try to go live with some real racing Saturday night. I can't believe there were actually 20 people here at one point in time. So once I get some more little issues with the track worked out, and I get all my tools and car parts, and here, I'm gonna back up and try to get there. There we go. Try to get this out of your eyes. Get some of that stuff fixed up. Then that's when I'm going to actually be able to start doing the Tyco build for the Tyco giveaway of the 500 subscriber giveaway. So then we'll be going to the workbench, and that way I can show how we're doing the maximum wall wart Tyco car. So it's going to be as maxed out as you could possibly want for a wall wart track. And the reason why I'm building it that way is because I can't presume to know that every single person out there is going to have an independent power source. And unless you have an independent power source where you can adjust the voltage, like I mentioned earlier, I've got some hopped up Tycos that it will literally take everything that the wall wart has just to run one car. And if you put another car on there, it will not run. And in fact, the car is drawing so much voltage that it's starting to melt stuff because you can smell the controller starting to get really hot. So, hey, all right. And so that's why I'm going to build it just maxed out for wall warts, because I figure there's more people with wall warts out there than there are with individual power supply tracks. Like I've got 4 jumper tracks on my track. Literally, I've got four different. That's what took me so long to do all the wiring, and then everything's daisy chained. So as a bonus, if you've never done track wiring, hard wiring before, to hardwire your lanes in with an external power source, I'm going to save the last wiring for the 3rd station, and I'm going to try to do that and show you guys how easy wiring really is. That those diagrams make it look way more complicated than it really is. Yeah, 4 in your train. See, there you go. You know what I'm talking about. Just because now I can go anywhere around the track with this little voltage tester right here, and it reads the same voltage no matter where you're at, everywhere on the track. And if you can do that with what you've got, then that's great. But I would suggest trying to get one of these, or if you have a voltmeter, and get the farthest away from your power source, your plug-in for your track, and start seeing what the voltage is there. And if you see a voltage drop off, then that's telling you that you would need a jumper in order to have steady voltage to keep going around to the next power supply could grab it and keep it full voltage all the way. See, yeah, no, that's why I got rid of. I had like I think I said 16 at one time, but it was only 12. I had 12 of those wall warts hooked up, so that A, we could move around the table, but B, to give it power for all the way around the track. And the first time I took a car around the track mare, I could tell a huge difference, because it was, even with those wall warts, there would still be some dips. Maybe just a volt and a half, but Hey, Rick. Have a good night, buddy. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it, man. And so that's why I always suggest. That's why I was asking Dan about his track, and he said he's happy with the wall warts, but teach their own. I understand where a lot of people get intimidated, and that's where you have to, when you're soldering on the power and the grounds onto the bottom of the track. And I'm not going to lie to you, I ruined a couple of pieces of track, and probably more like 3 or 4. Getting the solder too hot. But I am going to show a trick on what I did, what I learned later, after ruining a couple of pieces of track, that really helped me along. Like I said, I'm going to do a video of just nothing but the wiring. That way I can stop recording, move it, and do stuff like that. And it's not live where it's all jerking and stuff like that. And then I can do a Q&A on it after it's posted on, like on live feed or something like that. So, Mayor, you mentioned that you had the Falco, and now that I can see, if I'm going to have 3 driver stations, and what my controllers are the one-stop slot shop, OS3s is what they call them, and these are their IROC series is what I have here. Sorry. So it's adjustable, like I'm sure the Falcos are, and I think they're about the same price. And I think Mark with Mark's Slot Car Garage, I think he also has the Falcos too. So I've got the IROC series, is what they call the IROC series. It's red, white, blue, yellow, so it matches the lanes on the Hopra track. And then, but now I'm going to try to get 4 of the Falcos. So I'm glad that you and Mark both have given them thumbs up on liking them, because I really love these one-stop slot shops. These are, compared to this right here. Okay, so this is what we used to race on with my other track when I had the wall warts before I had it hardwired. These are that DS controllers. They have the 3 variables. Was it 60, 90, and 120? This one only has a range of about what was it? 3, 4 volts from the time it's wide open to dead to wide open. It's about 3 to 4. This one has a range of about 6, so it's a lot more finesse. You can control your car a lot better. This one, to me, now that I've had this one, this was more like an on-off switch compared to this. I can be more finesse with this one. $70 per, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, no, Mark's got a couple of the high dollar ones. I don't really need those for my track. If I got a routed track, I know I definitely would. So anybody that's out there that's looking to upgrade their controllers, if you're going to be running Magna Traction or the X Traction or the Thunder Jets or your Super G Pluses or Wizards or Vipers, just save your money and don't buy one of these, and just get one of these or one of the DeFalcos. Yeah, see, Mayor, I was going to wire mine for brakes, but then when I got into the wiring, I was like, no, I'm good. I just need it to run. But I did leave enough space open so that if I do want to add wiring for the brake, I can do that later. But right now, my main thing is just get the damn thing running, get the timing system working with the call buttons, and then that way I can shoot a video for Viasu, and they can put it up on their website. Because that was the deal. That's why he kind of gave me a good deal on this. Because in case you've missed it, guys, I have the only Biasu timing system that they've ever made that has call buttons at every driver station. So I have 3 driver stations, and red, white, blue, yellow, and all 3 driver stations have call buttons. 2 brake cars, yeah. That buddy of mine he's got a Blazing Brakes Trans Am, Rich. Blazing Brakes, yeah, see? See, I love my guys. You guys don't know how much I miss talking to my friends. Just admire them. Yep, see? Nah, I don't blame you a bit. I get it, because you want to see how far I've gotten the wiring on mine. I got the buttons in place. I mean, I'm part of the way there. Okay, so this is the call button spool that I've got to attach. So every single one of these goes to a button, or one individual call station. So, like, as an example, there's 4 of them here. That'd be like red, white, blue, yellow, red, white, blue, yellow, and red, white, blue, yellow. And then this monstrosity connects to the control box via this. And then I've got a control box that it has relays, and white Trans Am. That's exactly what my buddy has, with the blue Thunder Chicken on it, or Fire Chicken. And then you wire the box, which I can't pick up because it's hardwired. Yeah, this is the my call button harness that they had to custom make for me. Like I said, this is the one of one. I have one of one Biasu timing system. They've never done it before. And so that's why they want me to take a video so they can put it on their website to show how they can maximize one of their base systems. And that's what this is. This is maximized. So every single station has a call button, and they all work. And the box is basically wired in between your grounds where your power comes in. And so when someone hits the button, it triggers the relay to shut the power off to the track. And then it's going to alert the computer to throw a yellow flag. And then when you hit the start button, it gives the countdown again, and it won't trigger the relay in that box to turn the power back on until it says go. So nobody's going to be able to jump the gun. Very, very handy, instead of the old honor system. Okay, guys, 1, 2, 3, go. Because somebody's always going to jump the gun. It looks way more complicated than it really is. It's just a simple, the button on the back has 2 plugins, 2 spades. And so this is just going to go to one button. That one goes to a button. That one goes to a button. That one goes to a button. And then next driver station, next driver station. But like I said, okay, yeah, no, see, so I've got you've got Mayor times 3. No, it's just the same thing times 3. So like you've only got 4 driver stations. You've got your, as an example, I've got red, white, blue, yellow. So there's one driver station with 4 colors. I've got another driver station with all 4 colors right here, and then another driver station right here with all 4 colors. So that's why I have to have 12 call buttons, because I've actually got 12 places. What is times 3? The harness. That's why, for the call buttons. So basically, I've done everything that you've done, but multiplied it times 3. And then whenever I did that, I had to connect all 3 of those individual 4 driver stations. Here, I'll show you. Okay, so see, like this is driver station 1 as an example, and I've got my red, white, blue, yellow, and everybody has their call buttons all the way across. Okay, and then I got driver station number 2 over here with the same thing. And then I'll have driver station 3, which is going right here, which I'll show everybody when I do the wiring. But there, so imagine it right there. So that's where it's going to go. Is that a better? Now you get it. Okay. No, I figured it's more of a visual thing, and I know I'm rambling and probably not making it as clear as mud. You know what's even crazier is I use the same colored wire for every station, so everything underneath the table is red, white, blue, and yellow. Whenever I do the filming, here, let's see if it'll. I don't know how much. I don't have a light down here, so I don't know how much you're going to be able to see, but I'll see. See. And then there's my distribution box, one of them. I got 3 of those. Yeah, no, and that's the reason why I did that is for if there were any issues, it'd be easy to track it down. You know what I'm saying? If you had a problem with the lane. And when I first got it running, I did have a problem with one of the lanes. And I found out that one of my power taps that I had soldered on, whenever I screwed down the track, the solder broke. So I had to take them back out, resolder it again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I've got these little. These are the things that I'm using underneath the table to put the wire in there, and then you hammer them up. Yeah, see, no, I mean that's it's one of those things that you don't know until you've done it, and you think you know, and you think you're going through all your checklists, and then something pops up. It just happens. I mean, it happened with me. I mean, I had dead spots on my track, and I couldn't figure out why. And it turned out that one of the little cranky bends wasn't. It had lost its elasticity, and it wasn't wanting to come over and touch that straight piece. So I literally had to put a little balled up piece of tape and then shove it over so it would make that connection, right there. Yeah. So you thought. Okay, so that little 1 minute video that I showed that I did with the track has power, that was me holding the phone filming while I ran the car around the track. And that was literally at 12:30 at night on Monday night that I had to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. I was bound and determined that the car was going to make it around one lane before I went to bed. So I started after work, and that was the goal: one lane before I go to bed. And it took me till midnight. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone tells me you're burning the candle at both ends. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm a big statistic guy, and they say that the average human sleeps 25 to 30% of their life away. And I'm like, well, damn, I guess I just need to, I'll rest when I'm done. Oh, thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. And so, yeah, Mayor, yeah, you basically, now that you understand, now this is what I've got left to do to wire in. I've got to wire the grounds into the relay in between the power supply to the track, so that when the buttons get hit, it turns off the power, and then get my lanes reassigned the right colors. So if you're racing in the red lane, it doesn't pop up on the yellow lane. And then yeah, it's going to be really cool being able to do this call button thing, because there'd be times when you would be racing and you'd have a really, really close race, and you'd have to do the honor system. Okay. And what our thing was is we'd go, okay, whoever wrecked got to put their car back on the track wherever they came off at. And then they got to go, since they were the one that wrecked and everyone else stopped, they got, when they were ready, they go, okay, ready, guys? And everyone would say, yeah. Then they count down 3, 2, 1, go. Well, they always knew when they were going to say go. So 3, 2, 1, go. So everybody's trying to get a jump on somebody. It was no different than NASCAR, somebody trying to jump the start. So that is the reason why I called them up, and I said, hey, I know you can do it for 1 set of 4, but can you do it for 3 sets of 4? And that's where, like I said, this is the first one they've ever done. and they want to make sure that it's going to work, because they have two different systems with Viasu. In case you didn't know, I've got their base system, and then they have a bigger box that controls a lot more stuff that they sell too, which is their advanced system per se. Hey, good night, Robert. Thank you for joining in, man. Appreciate it, buddy. Till we talk again, have a good one. And I have maxed out their base system. In other words, I can't add the timing tower. I can't add a lot of little stuff that the big box or even the little box would be able to control, because I've used it all up with all these call buttons. And then I already have a second timing tower. So I've literally maxed out every open pin that's available for that base system. So my goal is to upgrade to their big system, big boy, so that when I have the track wired with lights, I'm going to have some of those yellow stoplights wired in, so that when the yellow flag gets thrown, then it's going to flash those things yellow. And the Viasu system can control that. And so that's what I'm looking to do. And then obviously when it goes green, then it'll slap the green light on there too. But yeah, I saw those little stoplights on eBay. And when I heard that the Viasu system could control the lighting, then I was like, oh yeah, there we go. Light bulb went off, literally, ding. That's why I recommend Viasu. I know that the mayor, Gale Force, recommends them. I know Mark at Mark Slot Car Garage recommends them. And he has both systems. He's got a TrackMate and a Viasu. And he's told me, and he'll tell you the same thing unless he's changed his mind, he preferred the Viasu over the TrackMate because it was easier to use. So if you're going to make that investment into one of these, then go with the company that's going to back you up. Customer service is excellent. The quality, I've never had anything break. And like I said, just great people. I highly recommend them. Now, what's ironic is those little power distribution blocks that I have. This is for the third driver station right here. These came from TrackMate. These are TrackMate distribution box. And in case you guys didn't know, TrackMate's in Canada, which meant that you had to pay the stupid fees like Dan and Robert always talk about. And so, in case you're wondering, so your main power would come in right here, and then these are just individual powers and grounds. And so what I did was I had the power come in and then distribute it to the track. And then one of the open slots went to the next box and it powered it. And then that way the next station had its own box. Hey, Sean, have a good night, buddy. Thank you for showing in. Same thing. See, this is what I call the easy button right here. And then I took it even one step further as far as easy button goes. Where's it at? So I know a lot of people use those distribution blocks with the screws, and then they end up having to do the solder and the eyelets and stuff like that. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of damn work. And I'm just not into spending all my money on stupid little electrical connections. So what I did is I bought a box of these bad boys right here. And that's all these things are, is you strip your wire and then stick it in there and lock it down. See, like that, just like that. And it locks it in place. And then what I do is I cut a little piece of two-sided tape, stick it up there on the back side, and then I attach it on the bottom of the table. And that way I got rid of, something like this right here. See, there you go. Yeah, see, I can't recommend these things enough. These things are awesome. It makes doing the wiring so much easier. So much easier. Yeah, see, Rich. Yeah. See, and this is one of those things like Mary, you didn't know, and that's why I'm sharing. Because like I said, somebody that doesn't know about the controllers, for instance, or the power sources, for instance, or something like that. I got to remember, not everybody has everything
that I have, and that I started where they may be at, and I was just getting back into the hobby, and I didn't know anything about individual power stations. I didn't even know there were other companies that made other controllers. I just thought I had to use the same 120s that came in the AFX track sets, because like I told you guys, that's how I built this track. Was I bought track sets and then put them together. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to start this channel, was just like I said, Greg with HO Slots shared a lot of his knowledge with me. When he got me, when I got back into it and got me started. Terry Harden has been a wealth of information. I can't thank him enough. And so I'm one of those people, if you haven't learned by watching me, I like to pay it forward, because I'm appreciative that when people are willing to spend the time and or give me the knowledge that they have on something, what I'm saying? Because like Dan says, and we talk about it all the time, is time's the one thing that you can never have enough of, and you can't buy more of. So, I appreciate any time that someone wants to do that. So there's one of my biggest wiring tips that I can give. And what I ended up doing whenever I was daisy chaining is I used a lot of these 3s, and I used a lot of the 4s, but I used mainly the 3s. That's why I bought a whole box of them. But you can see I didn't even need a whole box for my track. I still have plenty left over, and that's what I'm going to use for some of the wiring, because I do have. I think I bought over 100 of the little itty bitty LED light poles to put up around the track, and I'm just going to daisy chain those things too. Did anybody have any questions on what I did with the assembly on my track? I mean, like I said, I'm sharing all the good, bad, and the ugly. And if someone's watching this later, which is about 80-90% of the people that watch my videos do, they don't watch them live. They watch them after the fact. Please leave a question or a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. And if I don't know the question or know the answer to the question, I've got plenty of smart people in my chat and that are subscribers on my channel that will be more than happy to help us out. Okay, cool. Thank you, guys. Well, it's about 10 after 5. Now that I'm on I know how to get on the Discord, Mayor. Next time you guys get on or whatever, hit me up. If I'm around the house and got my phone or my computer, I'll be sure to join. But I haven't even had dinner yet because I was too busy. I was excited trying to get live and trying to get this thing going. And then I wanted to join in on the Discord. But to everybody that is a subscriber, thank you. I appreciate your patronage. To everybody that joined in live. At one point in time, I had 24 people here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. For a Monday night, completely unannounced. That's amazing to me. And if you're watching this later, thank you for taking time just to watch and follow up and just a little bit of nothing. Always welcome 24/7. All right, cool. Thank you, Mayor. And if you're not a subscriber, which ironically, 80% of the people that watch my videos don't subscribe, please hit the LSS, like, share, subscribe. You don't even have to hit the ring the bell notification if you don't want to. It's obviously a benefit if you do, but if you don't, I understand. But at the very least, like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that because I'm really shooting to try to get to 1,000. And I've got a lot of good content coming because the track is running. So now that means I'm going to be able to build cars. We're going to be able to time them. And then we're going to see the benefit and whether or not that benefit is worth the cost of what it took to do it. So we've got a lot of good things coming for the channel. Plus, if you subscribe now, you get the chance to get entered in on the free 500 subscriber giveaway. So to everybody, thank you, Rich, Mark, Gail, Zims, everybody. There's 11 of you here, and I know not everybody's in the chat. Dave, if you're still watching, thank you, sir. Everybody that joined in tonight, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for spending time with me. I missed you guys. Ed, thank you, sir. Thank you for joining in. Sorry. And Cliff, thank you. Guys, thank the mayor for getting me to where we can do this. And that just means that Saturday night Slot Car Live is back. I'll post Wednesday night that we're going to be doing it. Hopefully, I'll have all these little issues taken care of, and we'll get to see some live racing on Scott's channel for a change. So Scott's House of ASO Racing, get some racing done. So until we speak this Saturday night, guys, light some sparks and melt some plastic. Thanks again. Have a good evening. Take care. Enjoy your week. Don't work too hard. Stay cool. Bye-bye.